Alrighty Exiles, the new league is almost upon us and you know what that means. This time we are doing Death's Oath Occultist for those moments you just want to run around the map watching everything explode without touching it. As with my low lifesteal champ build, this one is also a tad complicated and so I'll be taking some extra time to explain it.
With all that out of the way, let's get started.
This is how it works. Death Aura, which comes from the Death's Oath chest piece, is a chaos damage over time aura similar in nature to Righteous Fire. When you approach enemies at close range, the aura starts dealing chaos damage to them, which we scale primarily with chaos damage and damage over time multiplier, and it is our main skill for clearing through maps. Caustic Arrow, on the other hand, is our choice for single target damage. When fired, Caustic Arrow spreads a patch of caustic ground dealing chaos damage over time to anyone standing in it. Finally, we use the Withering Step skill to quickly apply Withered on the enemy, increasing our damage further. The catch with Death's Oath is that upon killing an enemy, we take 450 chaos damage every second for 3 seconds, with additional kills refreshing the debuff. To mitigate this, we require chaos resistance, hence we go Occultist. Withering Presence will provide us a large chunk of that chaos resistance, alongside a good amount of flat damage and a way to maintain the Withered debuff reliably alongside the Withering Step skill. Profane Bloom gives cursed enemies a 40% chance to explode on death, dealing a quarter of their maximum life as chaos damage to enemies surrounding them. Not only does this make a satisfying pop noise, but it can also trigger on itself, exploding large packs of enemies with a single kill. This provides us with the vast majority of our map clear, and so long as there's at least a few extra monsters around, even rare mobs will crumble. Finally, Malediction provides us a secondary curse and causes cursed enemies to deal reduced damage and take increased from us. When it comes to defenses, we rely on armor via the Determination aura, as well as cursing enemies with Enfeeble, lowering their damage output. The biggest weakness with Death Aura is that it is incredibly easy to reach its maximum potential and then struggle to increase its damage further. While Death's Oath builds are relatively cheap league starters, they are notorious for having terrible single target damage, and this build is no exception. We eke out as much as we can with Caustic Arrow, being a better option than either Bane or Essence Drain, but just know that this build is centered entirely around map clear and not endgame bossing. For uniques, Death's Oath is, as the namesake implies, mandatory. It gives us the Death Aura skill alongside a large chunk of useful attributes and life. A key benefit of Death's Oath is that it does not need any links for Death Aura to benefit from socketed support gems. A 6-socket Death's Oath is all you need. Historically, Death's Oath costs as little as 1 chaos for just the item within the first few days of the league, and I really doubt 3.18 will be an exception. Following this, we then take Alpha's Howl and a Chaos in Presence. Both of these are used to allow us to activate more auras, improving either our damage or defenses. Alpha's Howl also gives us immunity to being frozen, which is an added convenience. Check out the notes section in the POB for more information on aura management. Due to the price of an Presence within the first week of the league, it is perfectly fine to sit on this until it is much cheaper. It is a fantastic item, but not mandatory. Alongside the usual life and resistances, you will want at least 40% additional chaos resistance on your gear. We can make do with 50% total chaos res, but hitting maximum is always better. Other notable items are our weapon and a single small cluster jewel. For the weapon, you mostly want additional levels to socketed gems alongside damage over time multiplier. For the cluster jewel, you want the uncompromising passive, as this increases Determination's reservation efficiency by 50%, a crucial item for allowing us to use multiple auras. And that's it, my friends. As always, check the POB in description for more information. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.